All right, guys, let's get started. So today we're going to be talking about headaches, and I'm going to share some personal stories with you guys about how I have struggled with headaches. And truthfully, it's one of my favorite things to treat as a physical therapist. So I want to show you guys some different tips and tricks and different exercises that you guys can do on your own, and we'll take it from there. So I want you guys to use this as a resource. I would normally charge patients hundreds of dollars to give my advice to them. So if you were to see me in the office, then you're going to pay a lot of money. And so I'm providing this as a free resource right now to you guys to help reach more people, grow our channel, and impact more lives. So please reach out in the comment section and ask questions about your headaches or really anything. I am here for you and to help you progress in whatever pains that you're having. But today it's about headaches. So the majority of headaches that I see as a physical therapist and that I see just in general that people are suffering with actually have some origin from the neck. And what I mean by that is there's different joints and different muscles in your neck that can cause this pain that shoots up into your head. And I want to teach you guys what muscles in particular are the biggest culprit for causing headaches and then what you can do about it. And what I've done in my own life and with my own patients and what I've found to be really successful and what's not. So, like I said earlier, the majority of headaches can arise from the neck. I don't care if your hormones are causing them or you're taking different medications and they're causing them. A lot of times, if you reduce tension in your neck, it's going to decrease your headaches. So the most common areas scientifically that are causing your headaches are actually your upper traps, which are these muscles here on the side, and your levator scap muscles in the back, and these SCM muscles up here in the front. Now, what typically happens is this pain refers up, and it's called a ram's horn. It comes around and wraps around your head. A lot of times you're going to feel it around your temporal lobe, even into your eye. Now, it doesn't always follow that pattern, but a lot of times it does. Some people will just feel a lot of pressure on the base of their skull here in the back. And I just want you guys to see if you relate to that pain pattern. And if so, and it's more on one side, then focus the treatment on that side. It tends to work really well. And I'm going to guide you guys through what exercises you should do for that. So a personal story that I want to share with you guys is, so back in the day, I used to think, so in 5th grade, this SCM muscle, it's called your sternocleidomastoid, which is a big culprit of headaches. And actually back in the day, I thought that the ladies liked this muscle. So when I was in 5th grade, I used to walk around like this all the time trying to show off this muscle. Little did I know that if I kept activating that muscle over and over again, it's going to keep giving me headaches. So I definitely impressed the ladies with that muscle, but it definitely caused me some problems down the road. Just want to share that with you guys. But so what do we do about this tightness in the neck? We can stretch it out. We can do different manual techniques to take pressure out of those muscles and increase circulation. And so let's get into it. So if the upper traps and the levator scap are one of the biggest culprits for headaches, then how can we loosen them up? And a very easy stretch is you can put your hand behind your back or hold onto the side of a chair, and you're going to lean away while you're trying to keep that shoulder stationary. And then you're going to take the side of your head and you're going to pull away. And you're going to notice that while you're pulling away, if you lean, you're going to get more of a stretch up and through here. Now, depending on which way you rotate your head, so if I'm going to rotate up, then I'm going to get more of the scalenes and a little bit of this SCM muscle here in the front. These muscles they tend to refer more pain up towards the face and around the jaw. These muscles here in the back tend to refer pain more up and around, up towards your temple and back on top of your ear. So depending on where your headache is, just move your head around a couple different directions and see if it reproduces any of that pain. And if it makes your headache a little bit worse, then you're working in the right spot. So once again, you're just leaning away, rotate your head up, find where you feel the most tightness, and then hold it. And then if you want to take that stretch to the next level, what you can do while you're holding on the side of a chair or have your hand behind your back is push your head into your hand just like that. And you're going to be pushing into it and giving resistance with your hand. And then as you relax, you're going to feel like your head can be pulled over a little bit further. Now make sure the shoulder is nice and stationary and you're able to just pull it to the side and you'll get a bigger stretch right up and through here. So that's exercise number 1 that I would do. I would hold it for 30 seconds. I do it 5 times in a row. If I have headaches on both sides, I'm going to do it on both sides. But if I just have a headache on the right side, then I just stick to the right side. Now, when you're doing this stretch, you shouldn't feel any sharp pain in your neck. And if it's causing your headache to just really flare up, then just back off the stretch a little bit. So stretching out scalenes, upper traps, that's a good stretch. Now, if you want to get more of the back of the neck, what you're going to do is you're going to take your nose, put it into your armpit, and you're going to pull from the back of the head, and while you're holding on the side of the chair, and then pull down this way. Now, if you want to take that stretch to the next level, what you're going to do is you're going to push your head back into your hand. So when I'm down in this position and I'm leaning down like this, I'm going to push my head back into my hand just for a couple seconds, relax, and then I'm going to feel like that muscle will release a little bit more and I'll get deeper into that stretch. I'm going to do that 5 times for around 30 to 45 seconds. As long as I'm getting good release, then I'll keep doing it. If I do it again and I don't feel like I'm getting any further into the stretch, then I can move on to the next one. Let's see, another great exercise that you can do for your headaches is what's called first rib muscle energy technique. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be applying a lot of pressure through the top part of your upper trap down into your first rib. Your first rib actually sits right underneath here. It's like a big U, and it sits right there. And we're going to be pushing a ball right through that area while we're moving our arm, and that will really decrease pressure in that area and can give you a lot of relief. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. You can take a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball, and you're going to go right where the seam of your shirt is, right up through here, not next to your neck or over your shoulder, but right there in the middle. And you're going to go up to a door frame, and I want you guys, this is the room that I'm using, so I have to open up the outside, but I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So you're going to put it right in that area. You're going to lean into a door frame, find that sweet spot. It shouldn't feel good. If it doesn't hurt, then you're not doing it right. Okay, lean into it as if you're trying to push that wall away, and then you start swinging that arm back and forth. Do that for about 20 to 30 times, and then move that ball around a little bit more. And what you'll find is it's going to decrease that pressure a lot in your neck and improve those headaches. So those are my favorite exercises to start with. Now, if I want to take it to the next level and reduce the tension in the back of my neck even more, what I'll do is I'll lie down on my bed with my head hanging off the edge, or I'll just lie straight down on the ground. And say you're getting a ton of pressure in the back of your skull and you're just getting this throbbing headache. What I would do is I would lie down just like this on your forearms to where you're sitting up, just like this. And you're going to drop your chin down towards your chest to where you feel like an elongated pull back in through here. And then I want you to tuck your chin in as if you're trying to make a double chin. So you're just pulling it straight back and down a little bit. Now, when you're doing that, you're going to feel a big stretch here in the back of your neck. And you just hold it for a couple seconds, and then you relax, and you keep going back and forth. You do that about 30 times, you're going to start feeling like you have some reduced tension at the base of your skull. And that's also going to open up the joints in your neck and decrease pressure in your head, which ultimately is going to reduce your headache. Those are some of my favorite exercises to start with, and I would highly recommend that you guys try each one of those and then reassess your headache at the end. Hey, did it improve with this exercise? Great, do it again. Did the other exercise help? If not, then don't keep repeating the exercises that aren't helping you. All right, so another big culprit with headaches, people will talk about posture and all that stuff, but I actually have a personal testimony of how I really had bad headaches for about 2 months. Right when I got out of PT school, I was having a lot of different issues with just these headaches that would come on at night. And my general kind of my schedule was I would chill out at the end of the day, and I just sit on the couch. I put a pillow behind my neck, and I'd just be relaxing like this, watching some TV. And I'd put a pillow right here, and my head would be tilted down just like this. And I found that my headaches would come on right after I was watching TV. And keep in mind, I just finished PT school, so I was nerding out, and I was trying to think of everything. And I didn't ever replace it with my posture right before I was getting these headaches, which seems really stupid, and it was. But ultimately, what I found was when I was lying in this position for, say, a half an hour to an hour and a half, with my head tilted down like this while I'm watching TV, it was elongating these muscles and putting an abnormal amount of stress across those muscles and joints, which made a headache ensue quick afterwards. And I would do these stretches and then it'd calm down, but I keep coming back. And then I soon realized that it's just that head posture of tilting like this that was killing me. Now, the same thing can be replicated when you're at the desk. So if you're sitting down like this and your head's forward, then you're going to put a lot of stress here at the base of your skull, which can make your headaches even worse. So a good rule of thumb at the desk is everything should be like a 90-90 rule. So people in Dubai used to pay me like $800 to $1,000 to come in and do a desk assessment, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. And I should probably do more of that and go back to Dubai. But um, what you should do is, it's really simple. If the computer's in front of you and if you're sitting like this, it's going to have an effect on your body and make your headaches worse. So make sure that your arms can rest at your side on your armrest at your desk or on your armchair. Your hands can rest on the desktop right in front of you like this, to where your elbows are at a 90-degree angle. And now if the computer screen in front of you is up too high, you're going to be looking like this. Now if it's too low, say you're working on a laptop, you're going to be working like this. Earlier I was telling you 90-degree angle, then that's going to cause the rest of your body to sink down and have really poor posture. So keep all these things in mind. The 90-degree rule: elbows in at your side, 90 degrees here. You want your head straight up and down. You don't want it here or here. And you want a 90-degree angle at your hips and at your knees. Some people don't need a footrest to bring their legs up at a 90-degree angle, but some people do. But use those pointers, save $800, and make it really simple. Okay, another piece that can cause your headaches is weakness throughout your rotator cuff and your shoulders, and just anywhere throughout your torso. Because what happens is if you have a lot of weakness in, say, your rotator cuff or your mid back and your mid traps, what can happen is these muscles here start to compensate for that weakness, and then so you're just overusing it, and it's like you're working out those muscles nonstop. And what that does is it decreases blood flow in that area, and they get all knotted up, and then they start referring pain up into your head. So strengthening up your rotator cuff, strengthening up your mid back is a very good option for you long term. That's going to give you relief in the long term, but you're not going to see the relief early on. That's why you want to do the exercises and the stretches to begin with. And then keep in mind, if you want long-term results and fix the problem, you need to start strengthening up that mid back and the rotator cuff. And that's a video for a whole nother time. There's a ton of different exercises you could do. Now, moving beyond the weakness, so another unique factor that people don't account for is, and it's hard to tell if you live by yourself, but a lot of people actually grind their teeth at night. And most people wouldn't think about that being related to headaches. Excuse me. But what happens is if you're constantly grinding your teeth at night, then one, it's not good for your teeth, but you're also activating this masseter muscle on the side of your jaw. And if you're constantly grinding those teeth over again, then guess what? Just like the neck muscles, it's going to decrease blood flow, it's going to increase knots in that area, and start referring pain elsewhere. Now, what can happen is that pain can actually refer up into your temporal region. It can stay right there. It can refer in a lot of different areas. So whenever you're biting down and you're grinding, this muscle is very, very strong. But if you do it repeatedly at night and you don't even know it, then that could be a big culprit of your headache. So what do you do about that? You can't tell yourself to stop grinding. You can go out and see a jaw specialist. And I will tell you guys that here in the Fort Wayne area, it is insane. The bridge back here will actually take pressure off the front part of your teeth. So whenever you try to grind at night, it actually decreases the amount of force that you can generate with your masseter. And what happens is you don't use your masseter muscle as much, and so then you don't have as many headaches that ensue. So you can find these things on Amazon for like 20 to 30 bucks, or you can go see a mouth specialist and you can pay up to $4,000 to $5,000 for these mouthpieces. And I would strongly not recommend doing that. It's insane how much they charge, but just go to Amazon and find a bridge. And ultimately, once again, what it is it separates the teeth here in the back, so you have something to bite into, and it doesn't allow these teeth up here to touch. And then that decreases the pressure in your jaw, which will take pressure off of your headache. It's a huge win. Strongly recommend it. I'll find some links on Amazon and give you guys some links in the description below. The other thing that you guys want to be thinking about is your sleeping posture. So if you're sleeping at night and you're lying on your stomach, then naturally your head's going to be turned to the side, and you're going to be compressing one side a lot more than the other. And so say you get headaches on the right side or the left, if you notice that you always sleep with your left face down, and then you're bending your head back like this, you're compressing these joints on the right, and those muscles are shortened over a prolonged period of time, and so that could be making your headache worse. So try alternating sides. Another piece is how thick is your pillow. If you're lying on your back and it's really thick and it's pushing your head forward like this, and that's how you're sleeping, you're elongating those muscles over a prolonged period of time, and that can make your headaches worse. So you want a pillow that's nice, that keeps your spine nice and neutral. So just keep that in mind, that you don't want your head really far forward and you don't want your head really far back. Same thing applies when you're lying on your side. If you're chilling on your side, and your head's like this, you're compressing these joints, those muscles are shortened, it's going to make your headaches worse. Now, if your head's pushed all the way to the side because that pillow is massive and it's moving everything over exaggerated to the right side, then you're going to feel a lot of pressure throughout there, and that's going to irritate those muscles and joints even more. So keep those things in mind. Get a nice neutral pillow. It can make a world of difference. And then the last piece is actually your diet. So if you're eating a variety of different foods that are causing inflammation, so carbs, gluten, everybody responds to food in different ways. So experiment with it. I did an elimination diet. I did the Whole30, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. I call it the Whole14 because I lasted 14 days. And I found out, though, what foods I was reacting to, and it was causing an inflammatory response in my body. So I strongly recommend Whole30 or just doing an elimination diet. And then you'll start seeing what foods are potential culprits to your headaches and to your pains. But yeah, guys, so stay focused. If you want immediate results with your headaches, focus on that tightness and loosen it up, which we started at which I went over in the beginning of this video. Pay attention to your posture when you're sleeping, when you're sitting, and just while you're doing anything. Now, another piece is the weakness. If you want to see long-term results over a long period of time, then focus on strengthening up those rotator cuff muscles. Focus on strengthening up the middle of that back. And if you do know that you grind at night, those mouthpieces